Yo, we have another full moon in lofty ass Capricorn. So, recover your work ethic and grab some water and let's get into it. This full moon happens on July 21st, 2024 at 6:17 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:17 a.m. Mountain Time, and it's happening at 29 degrees Capricorn. The last full moon that we had in Capricorn on June 21st happened at 1 degree Capricorn. Go check out that reading. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere now. So we are shedding throughout all themes throughout the full fucking spectrum of Capricorn. I mean, this is work ethic, hustle, power, authority, those in power, those of some authority in your life. It's your career accomplishments, your particular version of the mountaintop from 0 to 29, 1 to 30, however you view it. There's an overhaul that's happening. You know, full moons are periods of release and harvest to be reaped. In Capricorn are all the things that I listed before, and accomplishments, and like that workhorse energy, and this aspirational vibe that overcomes us. And like, I just heard Dare You to Move. That song from like the late 90s. Dare you to move. I forgot the words, but so we have to talk about work. We have to talk about what you're harnessing your energy into. Ready? Yo, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for this full moon in Capricorn. Now, everybody on Patreon got this earlier. I'm going to now make it available so that you can purchase the individual videos on Patreon. Bam. So you can get early access for a very small fee if you don't want to go through the whole rigmarole of becoming part of my ethical cult. But either way, if you want free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, check out my website, JustJEverything.com. That's how you can book a session with me, or get online and DM me on Instagram at JustJ_everything. All the links are in the description box below, so check that shit out. I now gotta hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And I'm tempted to read the first degree of Capricorn. Sorry for any sound mic noises. Ooh, it's right there anyway. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read the first degree where the other full moon was, and then I'll read the 29th degree. Okay. So Elias Lonsdale's interpretation of the first degree of Capricorn is a canopy bed with curtains, standing on the inside of life, protected and guarded, guided and led, held fast, kept so far back inside that what does express itself is purely a ceremonial display, a formal declaration. The observer or witness empowered to prevail, able to see, to realize, to comprehend the mysteries, clairvoyance, As I said that, I saw 2:22 on the clock. I looked up, and that's fucking mastery, babe. And that makes sense. That's what Capricorn is low key about, is becoming masterful. It's king energy in the tarot. Um, it's the devil in tarot. Keenly sensing and viewing meaning and value, purpose and spirit backbone. So very strongly and steadily directed from within that there is no outer. There is no thing to do. Instead, you center yourself and align with who you truly are, and stalwartly remain in the place of authority and power and inward truth as your statement and the only thing you know. That sounds like that sounds like standing 10 toes down on some shit. And I feel like it has to at least be you standing 10 toes down in your in your belief of yourself, your faith in your belief of your ability to accomplish. So this full moon happening on July 21st is happening at 29 degrees. And his definition or his interpretation is an architect carefully surveying old ruins. What is to be, before I even go, an architect. So now that we've arrived, we're somewhat more masterful in our power, more masterful in our career, more masterful in what it is that we do now. And there's something about surveying or looking at or evaluating something old, something from the past. I feel like old work ethic, old ways of, old lack or scarcity mentality, old outdated mindsets, old self-limiting beliefs, all of that stuff. Look at the old ruins of your psyche and your relationship to your power and your relationship to your career, the ruins of it. What was before versus what you believe in now and how you show up now. Okay, an architect carefully surveying old ruins. What is to be seen is the outer skeleton of things. What is to be known is the inner essence of things, the code, the extraordinary revelation. The realization is there inherently in the very substance of existence. I'm going to say that again. The code, the extraordinary revelation, the realization is there inherently. Why Mercury and Pisces? Why do you make me do this? Anyway, I have Mercury and Pisces natally, excuse me. The code, the extraordinary revelation, the realization is there inherently in the very substance of existence. A practiced eye can see inside, can penetrate and illuminate. The schooling in perception comes between lives and then overshadows each and every idea or notion anybody can come up with. But to access and do honor to this advanced faculty is rare. But to access and do honor to this advanced faculty is rare. For seeing the whole truth is excruciating to the ego mind, and therefore the battle is on to awaken your innermost truth, or to succeed brilliantly in adapting your truth to the marketplace, selling your soul to the highest bidder. Oof. That last sentence made it seem like you got two options. Because the battle is on to awaken your innermost truth, or to succeed brilliantly in adapting your truth to the marketplace, selling your soul to the highest bidder. Capitalism. Damn. Also, keep in mind that Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, is retrograde right now in Pisces. And so we are reevaluating all things Capricorn. We are reevaluating our relationships to structure, discipline, time, karma, our work ethic, like our day-to-day time management skills, our day-to-day communication skills, our day-to-day capacity of faith and belief that we are doing this shit for a reason. That like we're reevaluating how full our cup is of faith, that we're going somewhere with this, that something positive is coming with all the energy that we've been putting into our particular thing, whatever that is for you. Let's get into it. Hydrate, light it if you got it. As I welcome my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for this full moon and the second full moon in Capricorn that we're having on July 21st. And I have a couple questions, preguntas. But the first is, when it comes to money, what's the message? Because let's be real. I just heard save. That's an obvious one. So I feel like don't be out here spending all willy-nilly and being crazy. Save your money. Spend it appropriately. Make sure that you are not assigning fear and anxiety to your money. Make sure that you're saving up and making these purchases that will go towards the next level, you getting to the next level. Like for example, I need to go ahead and just get a digital camera, get like a high fucking quality camera, since this is what I plan on doing. This is my, this is what I want to spend my time doing. I want to do this shit all over the world. I need to go ahead and invest in the highest quality film gear and microphones. This little $5 TikTok mic ain't it. You know what I mean? But there's something about like that comes through clearly even without cards. There's something about like, how bad do you want it? Some people, bought the things and spent, time eating mashed potatoes and cheap meat and or fucking ramen, whatever you're willing to, how far low you're willing to go. There's just something there around like the sacrifices that are made for our dreams, for the power that we want. And does it really need to be viewed as a sacrifice versus an investment, or just like a logical step that needs to be taken? Like, duh, this is where I want to go. Do my actions match my ambition? All right. What are the messages in regards to money? Here. The 10 of Cups and the 6 of Swords with the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this, there is an overhaul coming in, an overhaul that is needed, that is needed when it comes to like your personal day-to-day habits, how you're reinventing yourself, how you eat, the music you listen to, the company that you keep, the media that you consume, how hard you work, your work ethic, your time management skills. 11:11 on the clock. Make a motherfucking wish. I feel like a lot of us have been diligent. A lot of us have slowed down. A lot of us have to start out or feeling like we're starting over. There's something about like some sort of aha moment when it comes to initiating a new habit, a new business. And it's worth, like, the juice is worth the fucking squeeze. It's interesting because I'm asking about money issues, like, or like what I'm asking about money messages, and emotions and thoughts are coming up, and actions. So first and foremost, I feel like there's this new cycle in the realm of belief when it comes to, you are capable of having this thing. You're capable of having the house. You're capable of having the land. You're capable of having the successful business. You're capable of being the trad wife, being the trad husband, being the stay-at-home husband, being the stay-at-home wife. You're capable of being like the businesswoman and having it all. Whatever your dream is, you need to start spending time in the theater of your mind, being that thing, doing that thing, having that thing, and letting yourself feel all of the feels. Take at least just try it for a week. Take 15 minutes of your day and start visualizing in the realm of your mind, playing in the theater of your mind, and letting your body feel the like, oh, I did this. It happened. I have this. What now? What's after this? I've accomplished it. Like, visualize you having that thing. You don't need to visualize any other particular person unless you're already married or in a committed relationship. But I just feel like this needs to be like a solo fantasy vision that you're spending way more time visualizing where you're going, what the end game is. Because someone who's visualizing themselves just having, enough to make the ends meet is going to have a very different outcome from someone who's visualizing themselves in a private jet. And the private jet doesn't mean shit. This is just a game. And some people are like, oh, that's capitalistic and billionaires and blah, blah, blah. You're repelling money from you. And you may not care, cool. But some of us want to like do it motherfucking big in this simulation. And like some of us want to break out of the matrix, and it's your choice, boo-boo. You get to do what you want to do. But either way, I do feel like it's time to turn your back on the old vision and start dreaming up a new one. Starting getting out of, get it removed from your repertoire. Remove worry from your repertoire. Remove lack and scarcity and doubt from your tongue. Stop verbalizing limitations. And when you find yourself thinking them, you're needing to like confess or verbalize out loud the antithesis of whatever broke bitch mindset thought you had. I feel like those of you who are in relationships, you're having to teach this to your partner or to your spouse or to your children. Stop verbalizing lack. Words are spells. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. We have the power to call things that be not as though they were. And so there is a harmonizing in the realm of the heart. There is this like new invigoration that I feel like is coming in because we're about to, like, the sun's about to be at home in Leo. I feel like there is this stirring up of willpower and drive and motivation to think differently now that Mars is in Gemini. And now that Mercury is in Leo, we're able to dream bigger, bitch. And that's like, take advantage of the energy that is available to us so we can rejuvenate ourselves so that the divine is like, oh, this is the blueprint? Okay, here, have that. And turn your back on the fear, because the resources that are coming in are going to set you up to move forward and merge your passions with your practicality. So for those struggling who are having financial issues right now, that is some big advice. But I want some more specific advice for those who find themselves in some kind of a financial tight spot or are struggling. Ooh, this is going to be... Some of you who are struggling financially right now, your emotions rule your wallet. You emotionally spend. You have, I'm sorry, Saturn's retrograde. I'm going to call it like I see it. This isn't for everybody. So if you feel some type of way, then be willing to call yourself out. Some of you spend money like you did when you were a fucking kid. Some of you are very childish when it comes to money and when it comes to management. Some of you, it's like you get it, and as soon as you get it, you spend it on stupid shit. Like a lot of us are spending too much money on eating out. You're needing to learn how to cook. You're needing to learn how, and to stop being picky. The things you like to eat whenever you're, out in these streets, you can fucking learn how to cook for yourself. And it can be a fun thing. Let it be fun. Let it be romantic. But some of us have really childish mindsets and habits when it comes to money. And I feel like those of you who are actually struggling right now, that was your message. That it's time to like do some research. Look at, getting a 401k, look at a Roth IRA, look at like what is available, look at and see what money can do for you. What these, is starting to do some research versus complaining all the time about you don't have this or you don't have that, or being envious or jealous of what other people have. That's another thing. Those of you who are struggling with money issues, you may have a very like envious or jealous heart. And I'm not saying that you're struggling with money right now and it's because you're being punished. I'm just saying who these messages are for. You know who you are. So eat the meat, leave the bones. And also, if you can't take the fact that you have a role to play in your financial situation, that's between you and your parents, you and the God of your understanding, you and your mama. I don't know. But I'm here to help. And I'm not just calling you out. I'm calling myself out too. If that's any consolation, because I just felt somebody very, very offended. Yes, the economy is shit. Yes, inflation is fucking crazy. Yes, everything costs triple what it used to. There will always be an excuse. There will always be a reason. If you stay in that mindset, there will always be a reason why you can't get ahead. And so this is a big thing about about this reduces down to the root of this is self-worth. Those of us who have like specific money issues to struggle, or that are money issues to resolve, the root of the issue is a self-worth issue. And the root of it, I feel like the crux of the root is what you say out loud with your mouth, what you believe about yourself. What you believe about yourself and what you're confessing, what you're speaking out about your future. It's time to evaluate it. All right. Moving on. How to increase our income for our greatest and highest good. Please give us some insight on how to increase our income. I just saw the Hierophant. For some of you, it's about going back to school, getting some kind of certification, getting some kind of legitimization of like whatever industry or field that you're in, like legitimizing yourself. Some of you that it keeps popping up and you put it away. It keeps popping up and you repress it, or there's something around that, around school. How to increase more money. First off, stop stressing about it. Go talk to the God of your understanding. When it comes to your purpose and what you're here to do and fulfillment, that is a spiritual and an energetic and an internal experience and decision that needs to be made. That is not a logical decision that needs to be made. If you want fulfillment, if you want to feel of purpose, that is not a logical decision. So this is a sign to get still and get quiet and to really evaluate if there's disappointment or pain or heartache left in your heart. If there's bitterness around money or bitterness towards people with money, it's time to uproot that out of your heart. That whole must be nice mindset, uproot that shit up out of you. That's lack, that's scarcity. That's low self-worth. I also feel like for some of you, it's going to, like, you get still and it comes in a vision. The game plan comes in a vision. How to get masterful comes to you whenever you're still and quiet, and then all of a sudden you start to see you have choices. Also, I feel like this is a big card of like, scared money don't make money. When you want to increase your income, you're going to have to take some risks. You're going to have to really get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to like leap further beyond where you're allowing yourself to be. And I don't like the quote, more money, more problems. I feel like more money, more responsibility. I also feel like there's something about expansion. Whatever it is that you're working on, it's time to take it to a greater scale, a grander scale. If you're doing something locally, it's time to, do it statewide. If you're doing something statewide, it's time to take it nationwide. If you're doing something on a nationwide scale, it's time to take it to an international scale or market. You are safe and protected to make these really calculated risks. I'm not saying you need to do something stupid. I feel like you need to talk to God about it, get secure in your mind about it, so that you can take the road less traveled. And so that you're filled with faith and fun and excitement in taking these financial risks and assigning that energy to your money versus anxiety and, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come in. I don't know if I got, whatever. Yeah, this like fear of not having enough versus that, something I say to myself all the time, all day, and I say it to other people and I bless other people with it, is I have access to infinite resources and abundance. I have access to infinite love. I have access to infinite affection and adornment. My cup is so fucking full. I can like be generous with the runoff. You get in that mindset and your life will change. You'll find that all of a sudden you just always got it. Play with the mindset, play with the words that you're saying. All right, last question. What are the steps that we need to take to accomplish our goals? Stop doing goals that are creating goals for yourself that are not divinely orchestrated goals. Some of us are in fields and industries because we think that it's the most logical thing to do, or some parent told you that there was no money in that thing that you were passionate about. There's like this influx of aha moments, of like powerful conversations, the truth coming in, ideas coming to you by way of the divine, by way of quiet, by way of stillness. Damn. The emotional capacity and energy and creativity that you need to do it. And it will require a radical perspective change, a radical change in the mind, and you getting a mentor, you seeking out people who have already been successful in this, and you being passionate about this thing. Because if you just go to work and do shit that you hate for a check, eventually you're going to end up in therapy or being that old weird dude in a fucking Ferrari, having a midlife crisis, and getting a divorce, and like all of a sudden you're going to look around and see you made all these concessions, that you like did all these things because you thought you were supposed to do it, or it was the time for you to do it, or you just wanted to make money, and versus like having a life where you feel fucking fulfilled. Because I'll tell you, me personally, and I just feel like the way to opt out of this game called reincarnation, the way to get out is to get to a point where you're on your bed. The goal is to get out on your bed, on your deathbed. Excuse me. The goal is to get to your deathbed and just be like, I did this shit. Did that. Bam. No regrets. I did that. So I feel like the big lesson is to start seeking out purpose and stop seeking out wealth. Understanding that wealth is you having all your limbs, you feeling good well into your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, like you not needing a wheelchair, you having friends and people that you love, having long lasting committed relationships, long lasting platonic connections. Like, we've got to redefine what wealth is. And that happens when we get in the spirit and start trusting in our originality and start really being masterful within the things that we're passionate and the things that light us the fuck up. So go ahead and start doing the work. That fear, that darkness, that insecurity, that voice in your head that says, well, there's not benefits in that. I have kids. I have this. I have to do this. I have to honor. You spend some time with those excuses and you're going to extract some data from that darkness. And the data you extract from that darkness will act as a vehicle to propel you forward past your fears. Because you're not seeing yourself clearly. And you're not realizing that there's so many options. There's so many things that you're good at. There's so many things that you would excel at. You just got to fucking kill that version of yourself that is just so afraid. I love you. Go with God. You got this.